The Girl Who Talked for 4 Hours. I mean, what a title, right? Today we're going to dive into this incredible, true story about a 7-year-old girl who got expelled from school and the headmaster who changed her entire life by doing just one simple thing: listening.
So, this is the very first thing our protagonist, a little girl named Totto-chan, says to the headmaster of a new school she's visiting. Can you believe it? It's so blunt, so curious, and it just perfectly kicks off what has to be one of the most unusual first meetings ever.
So you might be wondering, why is Totto-chan even looking for a new school? Well, that's where this whole story really gets going.
Okay, so picture this. You're just 7 years old, and you've already been kicked out of school. And even though Totto-chan was this bright, bubbly kid, deep down she had this nagging feeling that she was just different, a little strange. So this search for a new school wasn't just about finding a classroom, it was about finding a place where she could finally fit in.
And that search leads her and her mother to a new, very different kind of school, and to the man who was about to change everything for her.
Now, when you think headmaster, you probably have a certain image in your head, right? Stern, maybe a little intimidating. Well, Headmaster Kobayashi was not that. His hair was thin, he had a few teeth missing, and he was wearing this old, shabby suit. He wasn't some polished figurehead, he just seemed like a real, kind person.
And his reaction to her quirky question is just perfect. I mean, most adults would probably be a little taken aback, right? Are you a station master? But not him. He just laughs. He meets her curiosity with warmth, and right there in that one little moment, you just know this place is going to be different.
So Totto-chan's mother leaves, and it's just the two of them. And what the headmaster does next is, well, it's pretty much unheard of. He sits down with this little 7-year-old girl and starts what would become a truly legendary conversation.
Just think about that for a second. What a powerful invitation. He doesn't grill her about her old school or ask her a bunch of test questions. He just opens the door and says, "Tell me everything." For a little girl who felt so misunderstood, can you imagine what those words must have felt like? It was a totally blank canvas.
And oh boy does she talk. She fills that canvas completely. It's not a neat, orderly story. It's this beautiful, chaotic, higgledy-piggledy jumble of everything that's buzzing around in her 7-year-old mind. The train, her dog, why her dress is torn, everything.
And this is where the real magic happens. You've got Totto-chan on one side, just pouring your heart out, probably a little worried she's going to run out of stuff to say. And on the other side, you have this man who is completely 100% tuned in. He laughs, he nods, and every once in a while he just says, "And then?" He never, not once, even yawned. He stayed that tuned in for 4 solid hours. Just let that sink in. An adult, a headmaster no less, giving a little girl 4 hours of his uninterrupted, undivided attention. It was the longest anyone had ever really, truly listened to her in her entire life.
This all builds to such a beautiful and simple conclusion. After 4 hours of nonstop talking, Totto-chan finally runs out of things to say.
And with that, the headmaster gets up, puts this warm hand on her head, and says these simple, life-altering words. That's it. There was no exam, no formal interview. The only qualification for getting into this school was just being herself.
And the effect on Totto-chan was just immediate. It wasn't just relief that she'd found a school. It was this deep, profound feeling of connection. She felt like, for the first time ever, she'd met someone who really got her.
And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? For this little girl who felt so different and strange, this simple act of listening created this incredible sense of acceptance. He made her feel safe. He made her feel like she belonged.
Okay, so this is a really, really sweet story. But there's a much bigger lesson baked into it, something truly profound about the simple power of listening. What Headmaster Kobayashi was practicing is something we could call radical acceptance. It's this powerful idea of just acknowledging a person for exactly who they are in that moment, with no judgment and no agenda to try and change them. He accepted every single part of her story, and in doing so, he accepted all of her. I mean, if you were to break down his secret method, it would be this simple. It was 100% listening, 0% interrupting, and absolutely 0% judging. That's it. That was the whole technique. And look at the incredible result it had.
And that really brings us to the heart of it all.
Totto-chan's story is just this beautiful, powerful reminder of what can happen when a person feels truly seen and heard. It leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. In our own lives, what might happen if we stopped trying to fix the people around us and instead just listened?